Namo Namaha friends, I am RRK. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things bookish. So today I'm going to do kind of a staple video for all booktubers. It's the Booktube Newbie Tag video, which is kind of considered as a rite of passage video. Anybody who is a booktuber, anybody who's new to this booktube community generally does this tag video. I'm a new booktuber, so I thought why not, let's do it. It's a kind of an introduction video where anybody who comes to my channel will get to know a little bit about me. A number of booktubers have been introduced to me via this tag. Many of them have started off with this tag. Some do it once they reach a particular number of subscribers. I have given the channel of this creator in the description box below, though I think they have privated themselves right now. But yeah, please do check that tag out if you would like. So let's start with the questions. So the first question obviously is, why did I start this channel? So the basic reason is not many in my family or friend circle read or rather have the time or energy to talk about and discuss books. I needed that outlet. I wanted to talk about books with somebody, anybody. So I needed a community where I could voice out my opinions, at the same time listen to others. I basically started this channel to connect and communicate. I started off watching Booktube I think about 2 to 3 years back. It was a rabbit hole that I have not yet pulled myself out of. I stumbled onto the wealth, the mine of Booktube. I started enjoying those videos. So in those days, I used to regularly post my reviews in my blog, and I used to love doing that. But there came a time when I felt that I'm not having many discussions. I did attempt to go into Twitter, but then even the booktube community is a little bit toxic and there is a whole lot of cancel culture going on, and I just didn't vibe with that kind of an environment, so I didn't like Twitter. So I'm still there, but I'm not very active in that community. But then I realized that YouTube is one of those channels where anybody can view your videos, anybody can start a community. So I started creating YouTube videos. If you see, I am pretty new in this, though I do have 15 videos. The initial few videos were all PPT style videos. It's only the past 6 videos where I have come in front of the camera. That is the long and short of this small question, why did I start my YouTube channel? So the next question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? That remains to be seen. My plan is to just lay down my thoughts as best and as coherently as I can, and I only hope that my content connects with you on some level. I do not have any grand plans or notions regarding this channel. As I said, I started it for a very simple reason, to be a part of this community. So what I will bring to the table depends on quite a lot of factors, honestly. So yeah, it remains to be seen. Let's see. So the third question is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? So the thing that I'm most excited about is that I will be able to learn quite a lot of things. Actually, just these past few videos, the moment I started creating Booktube videos, I could see a sea change in the way I approach this community. So earlier I was just a viewer and I would just marvel at the creativity of these booktubers and I will just leave it at that. But nowadays everything is a learning experience. When I'm watching a booktuber, I see their thumbnails, I see what camera could they be using, what angle are they talking from, what books are they showing, and how are they showing, how are they scripting their video. All these things go into my mind when I see the Booktube videos these days. It's an incredible experience. I'm enjoying it even more. Watching Booktube and creating videos for Booktube is something that I'm enjoying a lot. That is what I'm excited about this channel. I'm also excited to see the way I will be able to interact with my viewers, with people who talk to me. I'm looking forward to loads of interactions from people who support my channel and watch my videos. I also am looking forward to learning many more things from the booktubers in this community. So fourth question is, why do you love reading? First thing is that it is the cheapest, easiest and most joyous way to keep myself occupied. No matter what the situation, I have had a book with me. And though it will not solve my problems, it's always given me the comfort that I need at that moment. So yeah, that is the main reason I love books. And I could also say that I was privileged enough to have access to books throughout my life. If not for that, maybe I wouldn't have loved books as much. Many people do not have access to books. They have not had the opportunity to read as many books as I have been able to. So maybe they have not yet found their love for books. So when I see that somebody is not very much attracted towards reading books, that's the thing that I feel, that they have not yet found the right book for themselves. The moment they find the right book, they have to be a book lover. So next is, which book or series got you into reading? Technically, the first book I remember reading is Ramayana, the comic from Amar Chitrakatha. I think I was in my preschool when I read it. So that is the first book I remember reading, and it still has so much nostalgia. The moment I open that book, even now, I can actually remember that day. So my mother had prepared a delicacy in our place called Maladu, and I remember sitting at that table reading Mahabharata and eating that Maladu. So that entire scene has been hardwired into my brain. So even now, when I read Ramayana, I need Maladu. If I don't have Maladu while reading Ramayana, or if I don't have Ramayana while eating Maladu, I feel it's incomplete. So that is one of my earliest memories of reading. But the book or series that actually got me into serious reading was Harry Potter. Because throughout my life, I have read many books. Like I used to read Gokulam, Tinkle, Chanda Mama, the usual staple of all middle class Indian kids of my time. I used to read all of that. Enid Blyton, so on. But it was Harry Potter that actually made me into a solid reader. After that, I was obsessed with books. Yes, I have read so many other tales, but it was Harry Potter that actually made me think that, wow, I wish I was in that world, where for the first time I felt, oh God, how wonderful it would be if I could be in such a world. It was an out of world experience. So that is definitely the book or series that got me into reading. And since then I have read books that were 1,000 times better than that, but still that is the book that definitely got me into reading. So next is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? The only question I have for you is, does your initial reason for starting your booktube channel still stand, or has it changed over the years drastically? That is my question, because as a newbie booktuber, I can only imagine the wonder a seasoned booktuber might feel when they see their huge creative work laid out in front of them. So I'm regularly amazed by that. So I just wanted to ask, what are your thoughts, especially when you see your early booktube videos? Have the reasons changed, or are they the same? Next is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? Every week I see new challenges. As you know, I am a very new booktuber. I am a novice in creating YouTube videos. I know nothing about filming. This stage, at least, everything is a challenge. But the biggest challenge I feel is to keep creating content when I feel that I'm talking to an echo chamber, where I feel that not many people are listening to me. I'm simply creating content and putting it into a void where nobody is listening to me. I know this is a problem that probably every single booktuber, barring a few, would have faced in their life, where they were simply creating a lot of content with not many people listening to them, and then maybe 1 or 2 videos clicked and they started getting lots of subscribers and their channel kick-started. I know this this is a challenge every booktuber has faced. But I feel that this might be a little difficult for me because this is something that's not in my control. So that's the only thing that I feel will be a little hard to overcome. Okay, so the next question is 8. When did you start reading? So my earliest memory of reading, as I said, is of Ramayana comic by Amar Chitrakatha during my preschooling days. Though I'm not sure if I read it or I simply enjoyed the illustrations then. I probably must have just read those illustrations and thought myself to be a great reader. Okay. So now the 9th question is, where do you read? It's a very simple answer, wherever I can. If I can't find a place to sit with my book, I will plug in my earphones and listen to audiobooks while walking or doing my chores. I don't have a set place for reading, as that's the only part of my life where I don't want to set boundaries. I refuse to regiment my reading. Whenever I feel like reading, I should be able to read. That's all. So the last question is, what kind of books do I like to read? I like reading many genres. Primarily, I like reading fantasy, suspense, thriller, and sometimes I even dabble in romance. So these are my primary genres that I love to read. I also love to read Indian non-fiction, especially history, spirituality, books like that. So these are the books that I generally veer towards. I also sometimes dabble with science fiction, also middle grade. YA is one category that I am not very much attracted to. I prefer adult fantasy books to YA fantasy books, but there are some real good YA fantasy books that I'm a huge fan of as well. So these are the kind of books that I generally read. That was my short and sweet Booktube Newbie Tag video. I do not personally know any booktubers yet, so I am not yet in that stage where I can tag somebody and expect them to do the video. But if you are interested in doing this Booktube Newbie Tag, consider yourself tagged. All my socials are available in the description box below. Do connect. I am a talker, especially when it comes to books. I try to propagate my bookish thoughts via this channel every single week. So if bookish content like mine is your jam, then please do consider liking my videos and subscribing to this channel. Until next time, stay safe, happy and healthy. Om Shanti.